What is going on, everybody? It is me again. It's HorrorFan34, and welcome to another video. And I guess welcome to another collection video. Now, for this one, I'm going to showcase you guys my Kevin Smith collection. Now, I'm a huge fan of Kevin Smith. I would say he's my second favorite director behind Peter Hyams. Uh, but also up there would be like Michael Mann's up there, and I say Kevin Smith is my third favorite director behind Michael Mann and Peter Hyams. Um, but Kevin Smith, I've always enjoyed his work, things like that. I always thought his commentaries were a lot of fun, and all of his releases are fantastic. A lot of really good features. So I'm going to showcase you guys all the stuff that I have of his, and let's get to it. So the first one that I have here, of course, is Clerks. This is the Clerks X DVD. This is of course, the 3-disc version, which was the 10th anniversary edition. And it's hard to get out of the sleeve, but pull it out and like this. And now, the features on this are... I'm not going to go into a lot of the films about the films itself. I just want to showcase you guys what I have in my collection of his. But has excellent features. The commentary with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Jason Mewes, Brian O'Halloran. The Clerks making up documentary. The alternate ending. Trailer, music videos. Original Clerks auditions. Deleted scenes. A lot of stuff on this DVD. And one of Kevin Smith's best films. It was the first one that he ever directed. A great debut. And then his next film after that was this, Mallrats. Of course, Mallrats, this is the new Arrow Video Blu-ray, which I'm really happy to have. Has all the old features from the DVD that I had. Has the old commentary with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Vincent Pereira, Jason Lee, Ben Affleck, and Jason Mewes. And it has, of course, the extended cut and the TV cut of the film. Has outtakes, cast interviews from the original set, which is back in the day. Brand new intros with Kevin Smith. Brand new interview with Jason Mewes. So a lot of really good stuff on this, and I like the artwork they use with all the characters. You know, it's Jay and Silent Bob. You have the Sven Thorson as LaFleur, the security guy, Michael Rooker, Stan Lee, may he rest in peace, T.S. and Brody and their girlfriends, and of course Ben Affleck in the background as Shannon, one of the guys that works in the stores who's an asshole. So, but Mallrats is great. Then Chasing Amy, which is definitely different from all of other Kevin Smith's films of like the original Kevin Smith. This is more of a drama, but with a little bit of romance and comedy in there. It's definitely way more different than things like Clerks and Mallrats, but it's a really well written film. The performances are really good, especially Joey Lauren Adams and Ben Affleck. You also have Jason Lee. A quick cameo, one scene with Jay and Silent Bob. This is the Criterion DVD, which apparently the Blu-ray does not have any of these features. The Blu-ray actually has features that are not on this. I want to get the Blu-ray of this at some point, but has the commentary with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Ben Affleck, and Jason Mewes, Robert Hogg, John Gordon, Vincent Pereira, deleted scenes, outtakes, trailer. And I know the Blu-ray has like a Q&A with Joey Lauren Adams, and has like a conversation between Joey Lauren Adams and Kevin Smith after many years after this film. So, but great movie, Chasing Amy. Then he did this one, which was a pet project, which was a project that he wanted to, which is his dream project, Dogma. Really fun movie. I loved this movie a lot. I probably say it's my third favorite Kevin Smith film behind Mallrats and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. My top 5 would be like Chasing Amy, Clerks, Dogma, then Mallrats, and then Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. But this DVD is fantastic. Has two commentaries. One is with Ben Affleck, Jason Mewes, Jason Lee, Kevin Smith. A lot of people on the commentary. Has over 100 minutes of deleted scenes. And a lot of really good stuff on here. And I love the artwork on this. Great cast: Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, Linda Fiorentino, Salma Hayek, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes, Chris Rock, Alan Rickman. See if I can get him. There he is right there. May he rest in peace, Alan Rickman, who was really funny in this. But love Dogma. Then we have my favorite of his, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Once again, really fun movie. Pretty much Kevin Smith's version of the Avengers, where all of his films are combined, all the characters. So you have appearances by, T.S., Brody from Mallrats, Jason Lee, and then later on he's playing Banky from Chasing Amy. Ben Affleck makes an appearance in the beginning as Holden from Chasing Amy, and then he's playing himself with Matt Damon when Jay and Silent Bob get to Hollywood. It's on Good Will Hunting 2, Hunting Season. A lot of really fun cameos. Gus Van Sant, Wes Craven has a cameo, may he rest in peace. Shannon Doherty has a cameo. James Van Der Beek and Jason Biggs have cameos. Mark Hamill, Jamie Kennedy have cameos. Tracy Morgan in deleted scene, who's really funny. And a lot of other good people in here, like Shannon Elizabeth and Will Ferrell, Ali Lauder, Liza Dushku. But Carrie Fisher has an appearance, George Carlin, of course. But really fun flick. Really fun movie. This is another one that has a lot of really fun deleted scenes, just like Dogma does. Then he went on to do Jersey Girl, which is okay at best. It's an okay movie, but the movie is all right. But the DVD is great. The features are really good, though. The two commentary tracks are really funny. One with Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck, which is a lot of fun. One is with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, and Jason Mewes, who's a special guest. The Tonight Show's roadside attractions, behind the scenes, interviews with the cast. So the DVD is really good, though, but the movie is just okay at best. And then Clerks 2. Fantastic sequel to the first Clerks. Ended it perfectly. I thought these two still had great chemistry. Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson. And once again, really great DVD. Has 3 commentary tracks. One with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, and Dave Klein. The other commentary is with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Jeff Anderson, Trevor Ferriman, Jason Mewes, Brian O'Halloran, and Jennifer Schwalbach, who would later be Kevin Smith's wife. And another one is a podcast commentary with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, and Jeff Anderson, who is Randall. Disc 2 has a great 90-minute documentary on the making of the film. I mean, Clerks, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail. I just wanted to showcase the stuff that I have of his. Then, Zack and Miri, which was also known as Zack and Miri Make a Porno, but Zack and Miri, which is a film I didn't really care for at first, but then as time has gone on, I've liked it more and more. I think Seth Rogen and Elizabeth Banks do a good job. It was cool to see people like Jason Mewes in there in a role, Craig Robinson, Jeff Anderson, Tracy Lords. Trying to think who else was in here. Tyler Labine has a little role in this as a guy in a coffee shop. Tom Savini has a cameo. So, and I like how the one scene they're dancing the DMX's Party Up in here, which is great. I mean, of course, DMX recently passed away, so it was fun revisiting that scene again after DMX passed away. And the last of his films that I have that he's directed is Jay and Silent Bob Reboot. I talked about this already before. It was a film I didn't really care for at first, but then I warmed up to it more and more. It's definitely not as good as Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, but I think it's a nice little fun take on like poking at remakes and things like that. I still think these two had a good chemistry with each other, and it was cool to see people like Ben Affleck, Craig Robinson, Shannon Elizabeth, and Justin Long, Jason Lee. So, okay, now that was all the stuff that he directed. Now, getting on to the stuff that that he was just like a producer, or not really directing, but uh, Drawing Flies. This was made right after Mallrats. This was in 1996, I believe. And basically, Kevin Smith's, a lot of his friends got some money, and then they were able to make their own films. And this one was Matt Gissing and Malcolm Ingram, and then because Kevin Smith was able to get them some money, they made their own film called Drawing Flies. And they got a lot of people from the cast of Mallrats, like, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes, Renee Humphrey, Carmen Lee. It is a pretty good flick where Jason Lee and his friends are trying to hunt down Bigfoot, because Jason Lee is obsessed with Bigfoot. It is another one that has a really fun commentary track on here with the directors Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes, Renee Humphrey, and Carmen Lee. Another one here that he only produced, but Vulgar. This is the stars Brian O'Halloran from Clerks, and this was his Kevin Smith's buddy Brian Johnson. Got some money, he was able to direct his film called Vulgar, which is actually a film that's pretty. It's a hard film to watch because it's kind of like sort of an exploitation film. Brian O'Halloran plays a guy who works as a clown for children's parties, and something ends up happening, and with these three guys, and he wants to get revenge, and that sort of thing. I say the DVD is really great to have because it has a really fun commentary track on here with Kevin Smith and Brian O'Halloran, and also too it actually has Controversy Over Dogma, which is the documentary on Dogma, on the making of Dogma, because they couldn't put it on that DVD, so they put it on here. But the DVD is worth having because of the fun commentary track and the Dogma documentary. Clerks, the animated series. This was a series that was going to be on ABC, but they got messed over, and they only got a handful of episodes out. This actually even got a TV spot for the Super Bowl. There's actually one of the features on here. There's a Super Bowl TV spot. The commentary track's a lot of fun because they kind of go into the whole detail about how ABC messed them up and things like that. Has Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson, Jason Mewes. It's actually autographed by Kevin Smith. I got this used for $1 at F-White, and it was actually someone had written on it. And I'm like, I thought it was like maybe the person who owned it before me, but it's actually Kevin Smith's autograph, which is cool. So, nice little item. And the last thing that I have here of Kevin Smith is the only evening with I have of his, the Evening with Kevin Smith. Now, this is the one where he talks about the whole Superman speech about when he was writing Superman Lives. That, of course, that was going to be the film with Nicolas Cage as Superman. And they went to, people like Courtney Cox for Lois Lane, and they were looking at maybe Christopher Walken as Brainiac, and it never worked out. Tim Burton was going to direct it. Kevin Smith was going to write it. It's a pretty interesting story. It's really good Q&A as well. So that's all my Kevin Smith stuff that I have. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.